What's up, beautiful people? Marwan Gaming here, and today I'm bringing you the fastest torment build for Season 12. And this is going to be the Sunwuko Wave of Light for Monk. And we're quickly going to go through the gear, we're going to go through the cube and skills. So first off, we can already start with the cube really quickly, because the cubed item here, the incense torch of the Grand Temple, it is a two-handed weapon, so it has to be cubed in order for you to be able to use in-geom and Vengeful Wind. Otherwise, it takes up 2 slots and one of these items will be missed, and you can't have that happen. So you need to use the Grand Temple in your cube. It gives you a spirit cost reduction of 50 for Wave of Light, and 50% that is, and then also 550% multiplicative damage. So it's huge for the build. It basically lets you spam out more of those Wave of Lights, and also it adds more damage. So really good item, but it has to be in the cube. As in terms of your in-geom, this basically reduces your cooldown, and you know, you can just jump around and you know, like get to the map really quickly, especially when you have 3 charges on Dashing Strike. This is so awesome. And it also lets you use Mystic Ally more often, and lets you have Epiphany all the time, so you get more spirit regen. So basically you need in-geom. It is mandatory for this, for the stats on it. If you're unlucky, as you can see here, your skill cooldowns are reduced by 10 seconds for 15 seconds after killing an elite pack. It can be 8 to 10 seconds, so 8, 9, or 10. And if you get one with 8 and it has good stats, use it. It's not the end of the world. I've tried this before and it works perfectly fine. But the 10 second one is definitely nicer to use. But as I said, guys, if you don't have it, use what you have until you get a better one. But you'll be fine with 8 seconds, I promise you. What you want though, guys, is you want cooldown on everything you can have cooldown on, like not amulet and rings, but for example shoulders, gloves, both of your weapons, and definitely a cooldown gem in your helm. So as in terms of stats, guys, this works perfectly fine. This is the same stats as my Vengeful Wind here. Another really good another one that is actually better in my opinion is the in-geom here with attack speed, 10% damage, and cooldown. Like I would say, instead of 10% damage in the beginning of the season, dexterity will be better. It will give you more damage. But like once you get to the later stages of the game, then the 10% damage will give you more damage than dexterity would. So moving on, my friends, the priority stats again, you want to get cooldown, and a combination like this works. And you can roll, for example, the dexterity to, as you can see on mine, I can roll to attack speed, works perfectly fine, but the dexterity works as well. Why is attack speed nice? Well, if you have attack speed on both of your weapons, your dash will be quicker. Even one weapon, and it will be a little bit quicker, but both of the weapons, and it will be quicker. So your dash animation will be faster. So you want to move around the map as quickly as possible. For your Vengeful Wind, you want to have one like this one works perfectly fine. Another version is like I said, dexterity, attack speed, and cooldown on both weapons works fine, or the combination I have here works as well, or the one in-geom you saw there with 10% damage, attack speed, and cooldown. As in terms of the stack amount, like you can get 6 stacks here. This is primal, so it's going to show 7 only here, as you can see, but you want to get the stack count up to 7. Really important, this matters. Don't get 6. Like if that's what you have at that moment, use that until you get a 7, one with 7. It basically the Sunwuko 6 set gives you 1000% multiplicative damage per stack that you have. So you have 3 from your Sweeping Wind here, and this one, if it's well rolled, it gives you 7. So 3 plus 7 is 10. 10,000%. And if you had one with 6 stacks, then it's 9,000%. So the Vengeful Wind, it's really important. I can show you one here. This shows that you can get 6 to 7 stacks. So your goal is to get 7, of course, for more damage. That's the weapons and the stats, and of course you want to roll with crit damage inside, of course. For your boots, this is I don't have any of the boots in mind that can beat those. As in terms of stats, dexterity, vitality, I wouldn't say for torments, I wouldn't say go armor or life regen. Go movement speed and wave of light damage and pickup radius on the crudest boots. But don't destroy any good boots that you have just for torments. You know, don't destroy them just for torments. So keep that in mind, guys. If you get really good boots or any other parts, like, don't roll them just for torments. Roll them, keep them for great rifts or whatever, and then, you know, if it's rollable and you can, you know, roll whatever stats. Like, let's say I had dexterity, vitality, armor, and then I had wave of light damage. I could do whatever I wanted on the secondary. I could roll pickup radius, and I could roll it back later to physical damage resist. I mean, those are that is the perfect scenario. Then you do that, but otherwise don't destroy anything really good just for the torment rifts. Toughness is not going to be an issue, my friends, since you are running the gold wrap with average span combo. What makes these boots so good for this build is that it basically gives you, you can see 2 mystic allies here, one here and one here. Hi friends. And as you can see here, when I remove them, one of them disappears, this guy over here. So I'm gonna use up a little bit of spirit here, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I use my mystic ally. You can see you get 100 back, and if I have the crudest boots, it's going to give me 200 back instead of 100. So I'm going to give you an example here. Bam! It basically doubles the effect. It also doubles the effect, as you can see here. A mystic ally fights by your side that increases your spirit regeneration by 4. It's increasing it, so it's 2 mystic allies, so it's not 4 anymore, it's 8. And also you double the effect of the air ally here. As in terms of your belt has to be the gold wrap. This is mandatory for the build. You need to use it. Stats doesn't matter so much, guys. Go with whatever you have. A good one, I would say, will have pickup radius. It doesn't matter if it has all resist or whatever. You're gonna be fine with the toughness, I promise. This is basically so that you survive. You know, you're gonna become like a tank in the torment, because each and every time you kill an enemy, it like when it drops gold, it gives you toughness by increasing your armor all the time. So as you can see here, on gold pickup, gain armor for 5 seconds equal to the amount picked up. And basically, you just, since you're doing the rift so fast, you're basically gonna have this all the time. And this synergizes with the avarice band and the gem inside that I have here, that is called the Boon of the Hoarder. So the avarice band basically stacks up to 30 times, giving you a pickup radius per stack. So that is 30 pickup radius. And if you have a little bit more pickup radius on any other gear pieces, that is also you know, amazing. So Boon of the Hoarder basically gives you movement speed, and also when it's level 50, rank 50 is the max on Boon of the Hoarder, it's a 100% chance that the enemy will explode and give like exploding gold. So this is also good when you farm torments, since you know the whole map will be covered with gold, and you're just gonna get gold and gold and gold, and you can all empower rifts all the time. Great rifts, when you do them, you can empower them. So these two synergizes really well, so these are mandatory for the build. Same with the gem here. Stone of Jordan, guys. Don't go with convention of elements. The fire rotation will not always be up. It's a useless item for torments. For greater rifts it's good, but for torments it is not. So use Stone of Jordan. Don't use Zodiac or anything like that. This is the best ring that you can have for torments, I promise you. Like the elites die faster, you can see here, increases damage against elites by 29%, sorry, and the fire skills are improved by 15 to 20%. Use what you have, and then use a better one once you get a better one. You want to have crit chance here, in my opinion. So definitely try to get something like I have here. If it's not as good, then use what you have. But I don't see anything else in this slot here. So for the legendary gem, I'm using a Bane of the Powerful. Each time you kill an elite, you get 20% more damage, and you also take 15% less damage and deal 15% more damage against elites and bosses. So it's both. The damage reduction against elites is like, you don't have to care about that, guys. It's what we're after here is actually the extra damage that it gives you. So 15% plus the 29%, and we're sitting at 44% on this one. Otherwise, if it's max, if it's 30%, 45%. So as you can see here, we're at 44% elite damage. So really good. Lets you kill elites faster, and also the fire skill is also really good, giving you more damage as well, adding to that Wave of Light. Your bracers is gonna be Pinto's Pride or Nemesis bracers. As you can see here, I have them cubed. If you have really good Nemesis bracers, by all means cube the Pinto's Pride. It doesn't matter what you actually have in slot. Fire, dexterity, vitality, and crit chance, good enough. And if you can roll the secondary to pick up radius, awesome. As in terms of your spirit stone here, this one should have dexterity, vitality, crit chance, and of course the Wave of Light damage can be 125 to 150%. As you can see here, you want to get as close as possible to 150%, and the secondary, whatever you know, for example, physical resist for great rifts, and in this case pick up radius. That is all the legendary items. And for shoulders, we're gonna jump into the set items now. You want to get dexterity, all resist, and of course I would say go for area damage here. You don't need resource cost reduction on the shoulders for torments, and you don't need vitality as well on the shoulders. Like a couple of items should have vitality, in my opinion. The boots, pants, belt, chest, and of course the bracers. But on your gloves and shoulders, they should not have vitality. The shoulders, in my opinion, there is really nothing else that you should use here. So go with the ones that I have. Definitely have cooldown, definitely have area damage, and if possible pick up radius. And gloves, in my opinion, dexterity, crit, cooldown. Not the same gloves as I have here. I don't know if I have other gloves, guys, to show you, but you get the idea. Dexterity, crit, cooldown. Best gloves in my opinion for torments. These are used for greater rifts to get the extra area damage and get the cooldown, of course, and everything else. So for your chest, something like this, or dexterity, vitality, percent life, pick up radius, fine. And for pants, something like this, or dexterity, vitality, armor, and pickup radius, fine as well. So that is it for those pieces, and then we move on to the amulet. The amulet has got the Bane of the Trapped inside. That synergizes with Pinto's Pride. So these shoulders give you 150% multiplicative damage for Wave of Light, and as you can see here, like the control impairing effects, as you can see here, is the damage increase is 51.30, depending on what level your Bane of the Trapped is, but it's a huge amount of damage, guys. So you definitely want to use Bane of the Trapped. It is a perfect combination with Pinto's Pride. So if you cube them, you get 150%. If you don't have 150%, for example, then you can use Nemesis and cube these. But yeah, that is the legendary gem that synergizes with the Pinto's Pride. And for the Sunwuko amulet stats, I would say dexterity. What am I saying? I was going to say dexterity, vitality, fire, crit. So that is it for the gear part, guys, and the gems. Your helm should use a cooldown gem, and your armor should use dexterity gems. As in terms of your skills, explosive light, definitely. For the Mystic Ally, go with Air Ally, increase your spirit regen, and also gives you more spirit when you use it. Sweeping Wind, again, more spirit regen, 8 spirit per second. And then you got Mantra of Conviction. This is basically only for the 30% movement speed that I'm using the Mantra of Conviction. The Dashing Strike, Quicksilver, gives you 1 extra charge. So you're going to have 3 charges stored at most. So you're going to be dashing madly fast, and you're going to have this as long as you kill elites all the time. It's going to be up, and you're going to be having no issues moving around the map quickly. When it comes to your Epiphany, Desert Shroud, there's really nothing else to use here, guys. So you could have used Insight if you had spirit problems, but you're not going to have that. So a little bit more toughness. You know, maybe you're not picking up gold at one point, and yeah, this one will basically give you that toughness. Momentum to give you, since you're dashing all the time, you can see here, moving 25 yards increase your damage by 20% for 6 seconds. I don't know if this is multiplicative. I think this is additive damage, so keep that in mind. It's still damage, so really good to use. Seize the Initiative, really good to use as well, guys. This is going to be up almost all the time, so you're going to encounter mobs that are going to have more HP than 75%, and your attack speed is increased by 30% when that happens, which is like the whole rift almost. Beacon of Yitar for your cooldowns again, so that you can dash around fast and move around the map quickly. Near-death experience can be switched out if you feel comfortable using whatever you want here. Use that. This is basically if you are farming with your monk and you're a support monk in a party, you can keep your pools. We'll jump into Rift here, so I can show you the build in action. So what you want to do first is, of course, instantly push this one here, Sweeping Wind, and then you dash and bam, you hit, pick up gold. Now you're Superman. As soon as you get to 10 stacks here, you're gonna see, I mean, the damage will be absurd. This is 5 stacks, and the good part is the build just moves around the map so quickly. It's a little bit laggy on the PTR, guys, so I cannot show you the full potential, but yeah, you can see here, there's no problem to get around bad maps even. And so, okay, we're gonna pick up the items. So keep in mind, guys, I don't have any, I'm gonna pick up the DBs as well. We don't have any dexterity from Paragon levels, so I removed that. Damn, it's super laggy on PTR, dude. But you can see the amount of enemies that you kill. It's insane, guys. That is why this is so awesome. Okay, pick them up, DBs. I don't need anything here, just PTR, but I'm just picking them up just to show you the speed and picking up everything in the way there. Okay, look here, look here. I'm gonna stand here. Look at the area. I mean, it is gigantic how many enemies you're attacking at the same time as well, and how fast they die. Like the boss, couple of hits, no biggie. This is T13 as well, so I mean, you saw me. I mean, did I ever have any problems with toughness? Just have 600k, no Paragon points. Alright guys, that's it for me. I probably will make an updated version just to show you how it looks on the live server and not with a ping of 200 all the time. So thank you for watching, my beautiful viewers, and guys, the goal today is to get 5 likes. 5 likes on this video. Slap that like button. Only 5 though, not more. But seriously guys, if you need help, if you want to join for Rits, and you know, I don't always do view runs, but come to the Twitch channel and say hi, and if I have time, you'll be able to join. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you for watching.